Hi everyone, I'm Paige Abbott with Health Upwardly Mobile. Last message I had talked about what self-care is because that was a question that had been coming up, and today I wanted to elaborate on that subject by just talking a little bit about different ways that you can literally take care of yourself. So what are some options that are available to you, especially right now while some options are quite limited? Things that people would typically go and do to look after themselves, they may not be able to do, or they might have to do them in a different way. I think right now we're all being encouraged to be flexible and adaptive, which from my perspective is quite helpful because flexibility and adaptability is something that's needed on a regular basis, not just when there's a pandemic in the mix. So if you can start exploring and getting creative with ways to look after yourself now, hey, then things will look really different for you when you come out into a little bit more day-to-day regularity and routine. So what are some options available to us right now? Well, around your home is a great time to start looking at nutrition. So what you're putting into your body, so increasing water intake, eating differently, ordering more fruits and vegetables, maybe doing a little bit of physical activity. There's lots of online classes and things like that right now that people can access. A lot of those are free or low cost. So for those of you who have been wanting to get involved with some sort of activity, but there's been lots of barriers in the way, maybe now is a time to engage with some of that with less barriers. Maybe it's just getting more outdoor time. So going out for a walk in your community, even just sitting outside and reading a book. Reading is another option that's available to people, reading online, as well as reading physical books that you may have kicking around your house. Even if these are things that you've already read before, it can be very interesting to revisit things and just see what you get out of it now because you are a different person than when you read it before. We are always growing, we are always changing. Cognitively, it's important to stimulate our minds. Some of you are continuing to work. Some of you may not be working as much. So just looking at ways that you can engage your mind. So doing puzzles, playing some games that engage the mind, pulling out an old board game if you have it around your home, playing maybe different card games, whether that's solitaire or things with the people who are in your home. Again, just trying to engage your critical thinking. Some people are doing some second language learning. Some people are brushing up on their first language skills, reading about things that are of interest to them, and again, just engaging the mind in that more critical way. So getting the brain moving and stimulated. Connection. You can still reach out, you can still connect. There's different ways to engage with people, so sending messages. I've had some clients who, when they've been really struggling, just haven't really wanted to reach out and they didn't feel they had the capacity to have that phone conversation or that video meeting. So instead what they did is they just reached out and let their friends and supports know that they were struggling and just asked for some support. And so as they received some of those supportive messages and phone calls, that actually boosted their spirits and their feelings to the point where then they were able to engage and reach out. So still remembering to connect, process feelings, talk about where you're at, support other people, support yourself. So there's the essential need for connection at all times. There's also the essential need to connect with ourselves as well as to connect with spirit and higher power. So you may want to look at how you're doing that. Your meditation practice, what is that looking like these days? Are you doing a relaxation kind of mindfulness practice as well, or instead of that? Are you praying? Are you feeling spiritually connected? Are you doing reading? Are you doing learning about your understanding of spirituality? Are you talking with other people about it? Again, just looking at the different things that you may be able to connect with to bring about that sense of spiritual engagement. Having fun. Don't forget about the value of fun. So whatever that means and whatever that looks like for you, obviously here we're talking about healthy fun, so things that don't tend to bring that feeling of intoxication to the brain, but things that feel balanced and that rejuvenate you. And the other thing to keep in mind about taking care of yourself is that it doesn't always involve action, which may sound weird, but sometimes self-care and looking after yourself is just about stopping. It's about pausing, being with yourself, being thoughtful, being quiet, taking a rest. That these are the ways that we can rejuvenate and take care of ourselves as well. So taking care is literally coming from that place of love and support and nurturing. So what are you doing to look after yourself in a kind and loving way? And some of that will obviously involve action, but some of it will involve stopping, pausing, and just taking that moment and that opportunity to be. I hope that all of you are taking care of yourselves and continuing to explore how you can invite that love and that nurturing into your day and into this moment. I wish you all the best on your ongoing journey of recovery and health. Bye for now.